Hola, amigos! It's time to bring the noise here. Another AMA. It's week 15. If you're joining the broadcast, congratulations, because you made the fantasy football playoffs. And we got to try to advance you on around numero dos. So I'm going to fire off my answers to all your various pressing fantasy football questions. Got any sports betting hot takes you want to share or inquire about? By all means, pop off on those as well. 3 different ways to get a hold of me here on this Bring the Noise AMA. You see at the bottom of your screen via Facebook, Yahoo Noise on Twitch, the Big Noise 78 handle there, or on YouTube in the Fade the Noise channel. If you're streaming the show on the Gaming Juice and you're dropping a comment in the comment section, it doesn't auto-populate. I can't see it. If you're trying to fire off questions with me at Noisy Huevos on X or on Blue Sky, again, it doesn't sync up. I can't see it. Those are the only 3 ways you can contact me and get your name in the bright lights here on the Bring the Noise AMA. To recap, Facebook at Yahoo Noise, on Twitch at Big Noise 78, or on the YouTube channel of Fade the Noise. And hopefully you're subscribing to the Fade 5 podcast. Brand new episode tomorrow. We got a double dip of Monday Night Action. Nathaniel Lundy and I will be on the case as always. And on top of that as well, make sure to check out BetMGM tonight. I do the show Monday through Friday across Odyssey stations nationwide. You can stream video of the show on the GamingJuice.com. You can tune in, possibly your local terrestrial radio station as well. I do it with my buddy Ryan Horvat, and we're crushing it. Horvat is the supreme being when it comes to all things college football. We're going to be breaking down more college bowl games and handicapping those efforts. Also detailing our top bets and Monday Night Football in that double dip. We'll talk a little college basketball where I'm still in pain because I was in the pain yesterday and Illinois blew it against the Tennessee Volunteers as Jordan Gainey just waltzed right down center court, kissed it off the glass, and Tennessee won at the buzzer. And I went home with my son with my head hanging low, but still very talented team. Long season ago, just a disappointing Saturday for yours truly. But of course, today's a brand new day, and hopefully we're going to secure some winners in the sports betting market and pile up that fantasy production and get you on to round number 2 of the fantasy football playoffs. One other friendly reminder, folks, go to thegamingjuice.com right now. It's absolutely free. I don't charge you a single cent. All my fantasy football rankings going to live there through week 17. I don't give a damn about week 18 at all. Also, all of my fantasy football writings are located there. My fantasy flames pieces and my college basketball hot takes as well. You get it all at thegamingjuice.com. Nathaniel Lundy and Brandon Velasquez churn out some great NHL content. Ben Wittenstein, Dave Jacobson also churning out a bunch of college football pieces as well. Every single day, there's something brand new on the site. And again, I don't charge you anything. I haven't made a single cent off the site, truth be told, in the 9 months of our existence. We're just plugging away because we enjoy creating quality content at thegamingjuice.com. Go there right now. Click, converse, and cash, ... Maybe. All right, let's get to an abbreviated Fave 5. Top 3 plays that I love today. And, of course, I got to start with my guy, Mandatory Montgomery, Flashball Fantasy. Yeah, cue that in the background, the old Billy Idol classic. I like the over on 2.5 receptions, and I grabbed this a couple of days ago at BetMGM at a plus 130 juice. Yeah, I rolled the shoulders because I got seduced by that juice indeed. Taking on the Buffalo Bills, a marquee match of the day, maybe a Super Bowl preview. It's certainly in the offing this season based on the path these 2 teams are winding right now. You look at Montgomery, he's only averaging 9.2 in terms of target percentage on the season, 4.9 routes run per game. So sparingly used as a receiver, but that role is ratcheted up here the last handful of weeks. He has gone over this prop in 4 straight games, and if he expanded out a little bit further, he's gone over this prop in 5 of his last 6. You look at the Buffalo Bills, December 19 in pass EPAD over the last 5 weeks, and they have allowed the most receptions to the running back position this season, 74 in total at 5.7 per game, a 20 running backs have gone over this against them. 10. I got to read my own chicken scratch. Have gone for at least 3 receptions or more against Buffalo this year. So I love the plus money there on mandatory Montgomery numero trace here. Yeah, jackals. On this abbreviated countdown of the Fade 5, numero dos. That's been some conspiracy theories. And somebody pass me the ayahuasca, please. And let's get psychedelic, man. I'm going to take the over. Aaron Rodgers, 1.5 passing touchdowns. I think he's going to be a borderline kind of fringy QB1 and 12 team in deeper leagues. You can get this at plus 110 right now at BetMGM, and he's taking on the mother of all matchups in the Jacksonville Jaguars, who are rather clawless defensively. Everybody knows that. We all been taking advantage of the premium matchup all season long. The Jags on the year, dead last at pass EPAD. They're also dead last in that category the last 5 weeks. They're giving up 8.13 yards per attempt on the season. 275.2 pass yards per game and 24 total touchdowns through the air to opposing signal callers. 7 quarterbacks have twirled at least a pair of touchdowns against him this year. You look at Rodgers. He has got over this 8 times, believe it or not. I know he's not exactly, boom of the box score in terms of his pass yards production, but he has been pretty good in certain situations. Better down the field, number 10 at deep ball completion percentage, and has struggled at times inside the red zone, evidenced by his number 23 standing and red zone completion percentage. But all I need is 2 airstrikes against a sorrowful secondary of Jacksonville. So give me the over on Aaron. 1.5 passing touchdowns against the Jags at a plus 110 juice here at BetMGM. And numero uno on this abbreviated edition of the Fade 5 Countdown, rub-a-dub-dub. I'm going to the Chubb Club, baby. Let's get behind the velvet rope and get that bottle service right stinking now. Anytime touchdown. Best odds of business at BetMGM at plus 145. All right. Let me put my meteorology hat on here for a second. Weather is going to play a factor along the shores of Lake Erie. I think we're going to have consistent and persistent light to moderate rain throughout the course of the entire game. Last checked, local observations had sustained winds of 17 miles an hour, gust up to 29. And I think that is going to be the case throughout this entire game. So it's going to be wind-driven rain. It will play a factor. How significant? Anyone's best guess. Is he a mutter? Was his mother a mother? Was his daddy a mutter? I think that is the case here with Nick Chubb. I think Jameis Winston's going to have a decent amount of success through the air because Kansas City has been near the bottom of the barrel in pass EPA defense over the last 5 weeks. So chew up some real estate vertically. Nick Chubb, get it done on the ground. And when you are within striking distance of the end zone, rub-a-dub-dub. Hand that ball off to my guy, Nick Chubb, and plunge in for a 6, so we're cashing. And the anytime touchdown at plus 145. So, again, I think the conditions are going to favor the Chubb Club in this one. And again, I grabbed this there at BetMGM. Hey, friendly reminder, I'm answering your questions here in a matter of moments. There are 3 different ways to get a hold of me here on this broadcast via Facebook at Yahoo Noise, on Twitch at Big Noise 78, or on my YouTube channel called Fade the Noise. Also, do me a favor, if you're here, if you are digging, you are buying why I'm selling you, give me a thumbs up. Give me like an okay emoji. If you want to give me the middle finger emoji, I don't care. Whatever like ability you have attached to this broadcast, make it known. Hit it up. I've only got 1 like so far, but more likes I get or emojis I get, the happier that I am, because I know that you are highly engaged here on this broadcast. All right, let's go ahead and get after it right now and start answering your various comments. And man, are they coming in fast and furious. And congratulations if you're still joining this broadcast and you're a fantasy football player, because again, you punch your ticket for the 2nd season. I hope I helped in any way, shape, or form. If you feeded me, hey, I also helped you out because I get crap wrong all the damn time. Let's bat lead off with TB12 BB6. Morning, Brad. Good morning to you. Start Bo Nix or Anthony Richardson, Flex Kamara or Amon St. Brown. I'm going to go St. Brown. I want any piece of action I can get in that Bills and Lions game with a total approaching 55. One of the highest, I think, all season long. Might be the highest projected total so far this NFL season. So it could be like a pinball game, and that scoreboard lighting up early and often. So give me Amon Ra And then I'm going to go with Bo Nix over Anthony Richardson. Same game, different names, but got Patrick Surtain. I know Riley Moss is out in that secondary for Denver, but Surtain is really going to bottle up, I believe, Michael Pittman Jr. in this contest. And that's going to limit some options for Anthony Richardson. Josh Downs, he is expected to play. That's good news. But really, what you're depending on is production on the ground. Can he find the end zone with his legs? Very well may do that, but Bo Nix could do the same thing. And I think he's going to twirl a couple of passing touchdowns. I know the Colts are number 11 at pass EPAD over the last 5 weeks, but man, Cortland Sutton has been sensational here over the second half of the season. So I think Bo Nix is going to be dealing. Give me Bo and give me Amon-Ra. Good luck to you. Steve Lindor says, morning, Brad. Good morning to you. PPR, need 2 for the week. Tracy against the Ravens. McCormick in. And Warren in. I don't want anything to do with any of the Giants, especially considering the spread. I think it's a 17, which is a season high right now. They're going to get blitzed. They're going to get bombed. Tracy's going to have to probably do most of the damage fantasy-wise through the air. And, hey, it's me. Bada bing, bada boom. Tommy DeVito, baby. The Rayo sauce is delicious. The store-bought stuff. But I think his fantasy numbers are going to be anything but. So when he's your primary passer, maybe checks down to Tracy like 2 or 3 times in this game. Maybe Tracy finds the end zone through the air as a result, but that is the hope and the prayer for Tracy to deliver any meaningful results. I think McCormick is a bee's knees. You look at the yak per attempt at it, look at the missed tackles forced last couple of weeks as the main man. He has earned every right to be the main man in that Las Vegas Raiders offense. And you look at the ATL, yeah, they're decent against the run. They're top 10 and fewest fantasy points allowed to the running back position. I'm going to go with a volume play there, and I'm going to go with Warren too. And working primarily as a receiver could do some damage, and I think he's going to find the end zone as a pass catcher as well. Remember, no George Pickens, so the volume should tick upward for the pass catcher running backs, including Najee Harris in that affair in the Quaker State. Good luck to you. Evan says, too much wide receiver depth. Problem. Oh, man, you poor soul. Dynasty PPR League starting Chase and A.J. Brown, which you need to start. Pick 2 more out of Judy. Weather concerns there, so let's see what the other options are. Flowers, it could be game script concerns, quite frankly. If he doesn't get it early, he may not get it at all. McConkey is in. He's expected to play. London and DJ Moore, and London is in because what secondary is second to last in pass EPAD over the last 5 weeks? The Las Vegas Raiders. So give me McConkey, Donkey, and Drake London. Good luck to you there, and it's embarrassment of riches, really is. The only Sutton Hole on me. Go need 1.5 point PPR. McLaurin or Flowers, give me Scary Terry, man. That is a sorrowful secondary in New Orleans, and I think Jane Dinos could really tee off vertically in that particular contest. He is my play. Josh says Flowers or Addison, 2-point PPR. Thanks, amigo. Again, Flowers could do a ton of damage, but it's got to happen early. If Derrick Henry gets in like a couple of times in the end zone, goes to like 100 yards, they build up like a 17-0, 20-0 lead by halftime, which is entirely doable. They're not going to throw a whole lot in the second half. That's a concern. For that reason, give me Jordan Addison. Here's the thing. The Bears are really going to be hyper-focused on trying to contain Justin Jefferson, much like it did in the first matchup, because Jalen Johnson is an outstanding cover corner. And that was the lowest output of the year for JJ in that first game. He only had 2 for 27 through the air. Addison, meanwhile, went semi-off in that contest. I think there's more upside, honestly, for Jordan Addison because the game flow was good. I think the Bears could be somewhat competitive over 4 quarters. Not the Giants. So give me Addison over Flowers. Again, it's all about game script and opponent. Ryan says, hola, amigo. Hola to you. Darnold or Nix? Ooh, love both of these. Quite frankly, I'm going to go Sam Darnold by a hair. And then Mark Andrews or Kincaid. Definitely Andrews over Kincaid. Kincaid, and generally speaking, I want all the action I can get in that Detroit and Bills matchup. But man, he has just been so untrustworthy this year, and Andrews has been money in the bank in terms of catching touchdowns, but may have to happen in the first half, as I already mentioned, with any of these vertical threats of the Baltimore Ravens. But I think Andrews got a really good shot at splashing 6. And then starting 2 between Harrison Jr., Amari Cooper. Cooper is in because of the man coverage that Detroit employs, and Cooper could really just light up as a result. So Harrison or Dobbs, give me Harrison. I think Kyler Murray, the Dachshund of the desert, will have a decent game. Oh, somebody's calling for it. Daddy want, daddy need, daddy gotta have it. Da 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 da. Phil's checking in here via the Twitch. Thanks for all the help this year. And checking out the GameOfJuice.com. Hey, appreciate that. First round bye and first overall. Congratulations to you. Sign up at Jack Wankers. It's free and great advice for the best in the business. I'm hardly the best in the business, but I'm in business. So help out my business. A lot of business. We'll do business. Go to thegamingjuice.com. I don't charge you a cent. Thanks for the shout out there, Phils. Evan says, take the risk of Bucky or start Sincere. I honestly go Sincere at this point. I just do not trust Bucky Irving maybe to survive the entire game. Or maybe be the lead guy in that backfield for the Buccaneers. It could be Rachaad White, who has been spectacular when Bucky has not been in uniform or, has been sidelined due to an early injury. Brian says Stevenson or Tracy for the flex. I'm going to go with Ramondre. Jesse says, hola, Brad, hola to you. Ferguson or Scholes, give me Jake Ferguson. Scott says, hola, you Jackwagon. Hola to you, Mr. Jackwagon. Full PPR pick to A.J. Brown and Nico. Ooh, actually, this is a stupid embarrassment of riches. A.J. Brown, Nico, and Amon-Ra. Holy mackerel. I don't think you can lose with these guys. Are you taking like victory laps already? Are you just bragging at this point? This is stupid. It's like a two-man league. I got to have Nico in my lineup. And honestly, I got to have Amon-Ra slight advantage over A.J. Brown. But again, you're not really losing with any of those guys. And then give me Charbonnet all day over Mandatory Montgomery. I can't believe I'm saying that, but man, Charbonnet was spectacular last week. No Kenneth Walker III. I like the matchup quite a bit against Green Bay, who is really a defense has been struggling in the trenches here last few weeks. So Charbonnet can beat you through the air and on the ground. He is my play. The only sudden one more for you. Minnesota or Washington, D. The Vikings taking on my Chicago Bears. I'm going to go Washington because you got Jake Haener, complete unknown under center. Now, maybe he lights him up, but, he's a young guy, an experienced guy, very green guy. Probably going to make some mistakes, so maybe there's a pick six involved. Give me the Commander. Steve says points per completion and 6-point touchdowns. Would you go with Kyler or Winston? Again, weather is going to play a factor in Cleveland, as I already mentioned. If you're like, oh, what do you know about the weather, Evans? You're a moron. I have a master's degree in geoscience with an emphasis in meteorology from Mississippi State University. Shoulder shrug. So, yeah, look, I'm a bit of a weather nerd, and I was checking the forecasts out right before I came on air. Again, local observations right there along the shores of Lake Erie. Wind gusts up to 29 miles an hour, sustained winds around 17, and it's going to be consistent and persistent rain. Expected really throughout the entire game. So it's going to be nasty, man. It really is. When you got a guy like Kyler to lean on and a dome, yeah, go for it, dude. Addison says, hola, amigo. Back with it. Oh, yeah, Westbrook and Keenan anytime touchdown plus 275. Truth be told, I actually grabbed that wager as well, Addison. Good luck today. Good luck to you. Man, he almost had it last week. It was a little bit of high of a throw, got a mid on it. Couldn't reel it in. But, yeah, I mean, he is the apple of Will Levis's eye, whether on deep balls or inside the red zone, that long, lanky frame. And he also has bonus time. Chicago Blackhawks to score first, plus 120. I know nothing about hockey, so good luck to you, Addison. Key says Waddle or Jaden Reed, 1-point PPR. Jaden Reed is so inconsistent here of late. I kind of like Waddle because I do like two. I bet on 2 over 269.5 pass yards. Give me Waddle just by a nose. Mark says, hola, amigo, hola to you. Huge matchup this week to avoid the dreaded last place punishment. Oh, nobody wants that. Standard league flex, Sincere, Warren, or Ridley. Interesting. In a standard format, touchdowns are everything. I think Warren's going to score, but he is going to have his workload mitigated because of Najee Harris. Ridley, I love. The matchup is absolutely outstanding against Cincinnati. Probably going to see a lot of Cam Taylor-Britt, who's been the second most generous DB in the entire league. And then Sincere's got the volume, but the matchup not as great. I roll the dice. Give me the Riddler. Riddle me this, riddle me that. He's going to make your wallet fat, or in your case, avoid the league punishment. Ken says, hola, Brad. Hola to you. Stone Smarter Pitts. Screw Kyle Pitts. I got bounced from the fantasy playoff contention last week because Pitts never showed up. I felt like 8 points short of the tiebreaker in one of my local leagues. It sucked. So give me Stone Smart. Great matchup for him today. And I think he could be, not necessarily a breakout candidate. He had his moments against Kansas City last week. But I think, Justin Herbert's going to throw a pair of touchdowns. One, Austin could be the Stone Smart. And then Brian Thomas or Judy. Again, the weather is going to play a factor, but I don't trust any Jacksonville Jaguar right now, especially with Trevor Lawrence out. Give me Judy, even battling the raindrops and some of the breezy conditions there. Probably more upside. Thomas says PPR said 1. Ladd, Evans, Tyreek, Scary Terry, and Aubrey or Fairbairn. Flip a coin with the kickers, man. I mean, Fairbairn, I guess, but really, Brandon Aubrey's got a monster thunder leg. It's kickers, they're unpredictable. I have no idea really which strong definitive way to go. I have Fairbairn in a league, play Fairbairn. There's my answer. And then sit one out of Ladd, Evans, and Tyreek, Scary Terry. Terry's in, Ladd is in, and Tyreek is in. I sit my cousin, Mike Evans. Don't hate me. Hopefully going to send me a Christmas card. Brian says Stevenson or Tracy for the flex. I'll go Ramondre. Clint says, Buenos dias to you. My last league, and I'm down 65% to 35%. I know that feeling all too well. Full point PPR. Yeah, thanks, Matthew Stafford, a Cooper Cup. You sucked. Full PPR, McCormick or Miller over Bucky. McCormick would be my choice. Again, Bucky, there is a lot of risk. If you want to clack and roll the dice, be my guess. Miller's out. No, thank you. Also, Tim Patrick or Keon Coleman for a dice roll. I'll go with Tim Patrick. I think he's going to be targeted like it was consistently last week inside the red zone. Again, points galore in that game in the Motor City. Good luck to you there, Clint. Robert says, hola, amigo, hola to you. Rashad White, Diop, or Downs in the flex at a PPR. Give me Rashad White. Probably the safest floor of the bunch. With a banged up Bucky, he may get another 15 touches. And here's the thing, too, about this game against LAC. I think they're going to play from behind, and that's good news for Rashad White. So the game script goes the way I anticipate. He's going to be very active as a check-down receiver in the second half. This could be one of those, 5-catch games for Rashad. So give me Rashad White. Ken says, hola, Brad, hola to you. PPR, Pitts or Stone Smart? Again, I already answered this. I want to win Smart and Judy. Matt says, need one for the flex. Irving, White, Kincaid, Elijah Moore, or Bigsby? No Bigsby. No more. Irving or White, I'm going to go with the safer option there, and I think it's Rashad White. Clint says, have to score muchos points, full point PPR. So it's all about the upside. Tim Patrick, Palmer, Mims, Neighbors. If it's all about the upside, you got to pick two. It's the last two. It's Patrick and Neighbors. Because Tommy DeVito, he may have to throw it 40 times, which would be very uncharacteristic for him, but entirely doable. Scott says, full point VBR flex, Avante Smith, BTJ, or Ridley. I'm going to go the Riddler. Donnie says, Evans help, A.J. Brown or Judy. Give me A.J. Brown. Again, the weather is going to play a factor in Cleveland, folks. And I'm not just saying that because, I'm listening to other narratives. I was looking at the forecast. I was checking out the modeling this morning. It's not the greatest situation there along the shores of Lake Erie. So if you have a crutch, and my God, do you have the most viable crutch imaginable there at A.J. Brown, lean on it. Schultz, Freiermuth, or maybe Stone Smart against the Bucks. I actually like Stone Smart the best. That's who I go with. Sean says, hi, Brad. Happy playoffs. Just not going to my 14-team league. 0.2 of a point. Tied in question. So I guess that's for PPR, or maybe you snuck in by 0.2 points. If you did, holy mackerel, congratulations to you. You want to talk about a sweat. Tied in question, Pitts, Smart, or Jawan. I'm going to go Smart. Pitts is just dead to me. I've been burned by him way too much. I'm never going to invest in that guy again. Just wasted talent year in and year out. Braylon Allen or Westbrook Akine. Give me Westbrook Akine, please. Terry says, Tracy, Hall or DJ Moore need a running back and a flex. I would play Hall over Tracy, even though there's a lot of unknowns tied to Breece Hall. And give me DJ Moore, please. The Vikings have allowed the fourth most fantasy points of wide receivers this year. Jan says, good morning. Full PPR. Lamakaki, if he's out, he's expected to play. Johnson or Metcalf? It would be Metcalf, but Ladd is going to play, and I would play him. Oh, Daddy what? Daddy need Daddy gotta have it. There you go. He's going to follow up with a question here in a minute. But these other guys beat him to it. Steve says, hola, sir. Semifinal matchup, Isaiah Pacheco or Ramondre Stevenson. Full point BR, weather playing a factor. Browns no bueno against the run. I'm going to go with the Punisher, Isaiah Pacheco. The Don, 1824, Tankdale, Jameson Williams, or Devontae Smith. Give me JMO, please. A shot at Jameson. Chris says, hi, Hunter Henry or Jonnu Smith. Give me Jonnu Smith. There's Danny's question. Sitting on a bye week, brother, but still want to check in. Congratulations. Sweat-free. Fire us some bets. Make it gaming interesting at a minimum. And thanks for dropping by. And congratulations really to all of you out there who may be on a one-week siesta thanks to his successful fantasy season. Vashon says, full boy VBR need to flex out of Moore, Pittman, McCormick, or Sam Laporta. Ooh, Sam Laporta is very enticing. McCormick's going to have the volume, but who has the most touchdown appeal? Honestly, I believe it's Laporta. Pittman and Moore way out of the conversation. It comes down to those last two guys. Give me Laporta. Again, I want any piece of the action I get. And again, with a total implied at 54.5 right now in Bills and Lions. Adon 1824 again. Connor Amonte, mandatory Montgomery, please. Stacy says Darnold or Tagovailoa. Give me Tua, but it's really close. Ice cold OG Jones. Should I start Waddle, Dobbs, McLeod, Roma Dunze, McCormick, and the flex? I go McCormick because all about volume. Pump up the volume, pump up the volume, pump up the volume. Dance, dance. Also, Broncos D or Chiefs D. I'll take the Chiefs. I think there is a pick six potential, maybe multiple turnovers in that Cleveland game given the sloppy conditions, and one Winston, Jameis. Aubrey says, hola, Brad, and a half point PPR. Need a tight end and a flex. Brian Thomas, Thielen, I love he's in. Chubb, Jonnu, and Laporta. Thank you. All tremendous options. Thielen's in over Chubb, though I think Chubb's got to find the ends. I think Thielen could have a marvelous day, especially in a half-point PPR setting. And then a tight end, man, I really like both those options, but ever so slight edge to one Sam Laporta. Jeff says full-point PPR, sit one out of Addison. Shakir or Ridley? You got to sit one? I guess it's Addison, and I kind of don't feel great about it. Gary says pick one PPR, Kamara or Dotto. I'm going to go with Rico Areda. Suave. TB12, BB6, old school jam for those who know. One more, Reed or Neighbors. I'll take Malik. Again, the Giants have to throw. They're already down, I think, 30-0 in the game, just stepping off the bus. Controversial says Burrow or Daniels. Ooh, I think Jaden Daniels got to have a whale of a game. I think the separation here is going to be on the ground. So give me Jaden Daniels. Very strong possibility he finds the end zone with his legs over Joe Burrow. It's homecoming for Jaden Daniels, man. It's Superdome, LSU product. I mean, come on, let's go. And I love Burrow too, but slight edge there, Daniels. J-Red says, hola, amigo. Hola to you. Which one should I pick? JSN and Jaden Reed. It's JSN all day long. To combine for 200 receiving yards. Oh, okay. You're combining them together. Reed and JSN to combine for 200 more receiving yards. Addison and Jefferson for combined 250 receiving yards. I don't trust Jefferson. So I'm going to go with the front end of that at plus 1,200. A little bit higher juice as well. Good luck to you. Uno Mas. All right, Clint. I have no idea what the Uno Mas is. Hola, amigo. Jameis, Love or Rodgers? Earlier the week, it was all Jameis all the time. I'm going to go Aaron Rodgers, though, again, because of weather, I think is going to play a factor in that game against the Chiefs. I really believe it. So give me Aaron. Strong possibility he throws for a pair of touchdowns. He's done it 8 times this year. It's the Jaguars. They're dead last in pass EPA defense. Steve says one more, please. One out of Rashad White, Dell, and Najee. Full point PPR, I'll take Najee there. Now, I've really got to be a point of emphasis through the air and on the ground, I believe, are the pass-catching backs of the Pittsburgh Steelers in that Quaker State affair today. Malcolm says, Daniels or Hurts, pick one. I have Hurts number one. This week, I'm going to stick to it. Daniels is really close, but I'm going to, again, stick to my guns. Jeff says, standard sit one. Reed, Allen, Cooper, go IU. All right, well, good luck to Indiana in the college football playoff. Basketball team needs a lot of help. Jaden Reed or Keenan Allen or Cooper. I actually love Amari Cooper in that man coverage today. He is my pick. Clint says, there's the Uno Mas. SGP, Henry smashed 2 touchdowns before halftime. Could happen. Barkley gets 3 receptions. We'll see about that. I could see it. Squeaky A.J. Brown, anytime touchdown, Sunday, anytime touchdown day. Juice on that's got to be sky high. I didn't share it with us, but good luck to you. Ray says he must not have a running back or quarterback. I have no idea what you're referencing. Malcolm says Jameson Williams or Marvin Harrison. Give me JMO, please. Evan has got another one. Since you like Sincere, play him ahead of Najee today. No, I like Najee more. Bandit says morning, Tua or Stroud. Give me Tua. Joe says need one, Addison, White. Westbrook Akine, Moore or Higgins at a half-point PPR. Thanks. Give me T. Higgins. Nurkoff says Olamigo, hope I'm not too late. Matchup relies on it. Half-point PPR, DJ Moore or Khalil Shakir. Give me Khalil Shakir. And I got bets, a lot of them on him today. I think he's going to have a very nice game. Joe says, yo, Brad, Devontae Adams or Cortland Sutton. Cortland Sutton, man. That pony has been winning there in the Mile High City. Is going to continue. The Don 1824 and Njoku or Kate Otten. And Njoku is going to be lucky if he even plays to be impactful. Given the conditions, it's going to be wet. It's going to be sloppy. He's got a hamstring. He could tweak that hammy. Kate Otten, man. Too much of a risk there with Njoku. J.R. Gil Padilla. Mahomes or Darnold. Give me Darnold over Patty Mahomes. Wild to say that or even think that. Weeks ago, that would have been like, a fine of epic proportions if I recommended it. McCormick or Warren, give me Sincere, please. Pam says, Ola, Brad, need a high flyers on underdog Ertz or Hawkinson. Ooh. You want a high flyer? Honestly, it's Zach Ertz. Again, you got Noah Brown in that wide receiver core. There's got to be some targets spread around. I kind of like Diami Brown as a long, like, Hail Mary chuck, but he could really take advantage of this secondary. Really over the middle defense in New Orleans. So give me Ertz and then Warren or Westbrook Akine and a flex and a half-point PPR. I'm going to go Warren. I think both have really good shot of finding the end zone, though. Joe says Tua or Hurts. Hurts. Again, he's number one on my quarterback rankings this week. Guillermo, Ola, Brad, full-point PPR. Do I stick with Higgins or go to Moore, Sutton, Judy, or Thielen? Really, the only guy that I would debate sitting Higgins for is Sutton. I would still roll with T. Higgins, but Sutton is very much a 1A and 1B conversation. Tight end wise, Ferguson or Kraft. I'm going to go with Tucker Kraft. I sunk in even after last week. Charbonnet killed me. Thanks. Yeah, Charbonnet was money, man. And I may have way too many props on him. Aubrey says one more. Por favor, need a wide receiver and a tight end. Jacoby or Devonta Smith. We don't know who's going to be quarterbacking for Las Vegas. Is it going to be Aiden O'Connell that didn't practice all week, or is it going to be Desmond Ritter? Give me Devonta Smith. And then Otten or Hawkinson. I'll go with Hawkinson. Bears run a lot of zone. And you saw last week with George Kittle eating them alive. Could be more of the same with Hawk. Is tequila still your Gatorade? Of course. Tequila is always my Gatorade, man. I was drinking a little Addictivo last night. I needed the añejo to course through the veins and numb the pain of what happened. I was in attendance inside the State Farm Center, and I watched Tennessee beat Illinois in the final play of the game. I was there with my son. We looked at each other, and tears started streaming down our cheeks. It was depressing as hell. Anyway, RTYO says RK. Great. Sounds fantastic. Sean says full point PPR start 2. Elijah Moore, WBI, or Tim Patrick. It's ugly here. Give me Tim Patrick, please. I don't even know what RK is spewing. That's a whole bunch of nonsense. One more, different league. Higgins or Moore. It's Higgins for me. Thanks again. Sledgehammer. Dun, dun. You better call my name. Kirk says ILL. B-Ball should have taken down number 1. Totally agree. I may not recover. It's going to take a while. And Illinois doesn't play for another week. They better beat Missouri this year. I know it's been tough sledding in St. Louis. Get it done. Damn it, Brad Underwood. Adams, McLaurin, DK Metcalf need 2 in a PPR. I'm going to go Adams and McLaurin, please. Gary says pick 1. Give me Kamara or Dotto. Give me Rico. Sean says thanks, Brad. You're welcome, Sean. More just gibberish. These are all codes. Like, people are spamming living daylight. Spammers, get the hell out of my chat. You're gone. Pete says hi, Brad. Not sure I get past this week. Just wanted to say thank you for all your help and info. Hey, man, I appreciate you reading the content, you participating, you interacting. that makes my day. The engagement from all of the users, whether the gamingjuice.com, if you're just following me on social media, coming to these chats, listening to my radio show, the podcast, all that stuff. I thank you. And I'm hopefully going to find an even bigger and better platform for various other things coming up in the new year. Fingers, toes crossed. We'll see. Peter says, hi, Brad. Not sure I get past this week. Just want to thank you for all your help. Oh, yeah, I already read that. Scott says, Ravens or Broncos, D. I'll take the Ravens. Leonard says, half point PBR, said one. Brees, McCormick, Waddle. I said Waddle. Colin says, full point PBR, pick 2. Waddle, Smith, Ridley, or Shakir. Give me Shakir for 1. And I am actually going to go with Calvin Ridley for the other. Jerry says, need 2. Cooper, MHJ, Jameson Williams, or Amari Cooper. I go JMO and Cooper. And you got Cooper written there twice. So, hey, I think in your own mind, it's not going to be the Pooper Cooper. He's going to smell like potpourri today. Al says, Hall or mandatory Montgomery? Come on, bro. Mandatory Montgomery, you jackal. Yeah, I got to start him. I think he's going to find the end zone today. And quite honestly, and I bet on this, folks, I took Gibbs and Monty both to find the end zone. They've done that in the same game 8 times this year. It was plus 188 when I built that SGP at BetMGM. Scott says Njoku out. Okay, thank you, Scott. It's official, and it's the right call. Again, wet conditions, not really set up for him to have any success. If anything, he's going to re-injure himself because it's just so slick out there in Cleveland. So no Njoku. That answers all the questions that are out there about him. Thode says, bad situation early in the playoffs. Last one, ETN or Madison. Yeah, I'll say it's a bad situation. Couldn't get Sincere McCormick, bro. Give me Travis Etienne. Kenneth says Bucky, Metcalf, or Ridley. I'm going to take the Riddler, and there you go. By the way, I have tapped out all the questions. If you got more of them, fire away right now. Just a friendly reminder, go to thegamingjuice.com. Sign up. Read all of our awesome content. It's absolutely free. Keep me afloat in business, please, with the written word. I haven't made a single penny on it. And if that doesn't get remedied soon, I might have to shutter the site, unfortunately. And I like writing a lot. I'm the most decorated writer in fantasy sports and gaming history. Yet nobody really is interested in bringing me aboard to supply content for them, which is just odd. This day and age, I guess people don't read anymore, which is nonsense because obviously fantasy and gamers 100% do all the damn time. By the way, you can submit your questions right here via Facebook, Yahoo Noise, Twitch, Big Noise 78, or on YouTube and the Fade Noise channel. Keep them coming, folks. I got a few more minutes. Oh, by the way, I got a broadcast on the Bleacher Report app. My buddy Claudia Bellafato starting off here. 20 minutes. We're going to do booms, busts, and bank picks for every single NFL game remaining on the Week 15 docket. Claudia's been white hot, to say the least, with some of her selections. So you might want to tune in. You might want to fade some of mine. We're going to be answering your questions as well. Again, get it on the Bleacher Report app if you want to get more of this hideous and disgusting face, or just watch Claudia. She's lovely. All right. Let's get more of your questions answered here. And I believe we left off with this one. How do you feel about Akins with Njoku out? I don't feel great about any vertical options in that weather-impacted game along the shores of Lake Erie. Now, these guys aren't witches. The rain is not going to make them melt, but it's going to be breezy. So you're going to get maybe some sideways rain at times. It's going to be unpleasant. The field, could accumulate some water, could get slick and slippery. You could get some butter hands because of the wet football. It's not great. Why risk it with Akins, even with, a surplus in overall targets? So, yeah, I would avoid that. Al, I think I already answered this one, but in case I didn't, I like Darnell Mooney and Amari Cooper. All right, nerd costs. You like Khalil Shakir over 56.5 receiving yards today? Yes, I bet on it. It's sad it's a minus 130 now. Of course, I grinded when it opened at minus 115. I also have it parlayed in a couple SGPs, him getting to at least 50 receiving yards. But I just want some action in that game with an applied total of 54.5 for love of God. Heart. Congratulations, Don. Hopefully you're going to be celebrating with Mas Tequila, as Justin is saying. Colin says Waller or Jonathan Taylor for the flex. It's Jonathan Taylor. It's not even close. Darnold or Mayfield. Give me Sam Darnold. Kenneth says Knicks or Mahomes. I'm going to go with Bo Nix. God, what a disappointing year for Patrick Mahomes. I thought he was going to flirt with 40 passing touchdowns. Boy, was I wrong about that. Jason says, PPR flex, should I start Rashad White or JMO? Give me JMO. Project to lose by 20. You're chasing upside then. Had Puka going on Thursday. Hey, decent game there, but had Jennings and Kyron Williams. Well, okay, that's not terrible. I mean, they didn't put up donuts or anything. Also, Knicks or Winston. Again, weather's going to play factor in Cleveland. I believe that wholeheartedly. I'm going to go Bo Nix and better conditions there in the Mile High City. Addison says Colts are generous with tight ends. Broncos rarely use their tight ends. Any opinions on how to stack this matchup? Troutman yards is only 6.5. It's one catch for Troutman. I mean, I'm just fully invested in everything Cortland Sutton, frankly. So if you want to do an SGP, maybe work in like Sutton in the alt market, maybe take him like, I think the standard prop is 68.5 or 69.5. Nice. Receiving yards, maybe take it up like 75 if you're a BetMGM, or 80 if you're like DraftKings or FanDuel. Maybe Sutton on anytime touchdown. Bo Nix to throw for 200 or so yards. If you want to throw Troutman in there to get like one reception or the over on this, okay, you could convince me. But, man, they don't utilize the tight end at all. I think Vele is somebody of interest as well. He kind of works in a tight end capacity, big body guy, a lot of underneath catches. That might be the pivot point there if you don't trust any of the tight ends. All right. Appears that I'm out of time here on this edition of the Bring the Noise AMA. Again, go to thegamingjuice.com at Jack Wagon. Sign up for a free account. Read all the content there. Really helps me out, and I would greatly appreciate it. I'm going to be cranking out all kinds of fantasy content all the way through fantasy Super Bowls in Week 17. If your fantasy Super Bowl is through Week 18, sorry, I'm not posting jack except my prop picks. And you need to convince your commissioner to do away with last week playoffs with a lot of guys sitting down and so many unknowns that are out there. So check that out. Also, check out my broadcast on the Bleacher Report app with Claudia Belathado here in a matter of minutes. Until next time, good luck to you out there. Win some bets. Get to round 2. And until next time, adios, amigos.